And it's going to be green light racing here at Monza. Here goes Noah. We're going to try and go wheel to wheel with the leader. Vic, once again, back on the top step. We did say take it easy. Oh my goodness. Sinead's going to go for it here into 14, 15. Side by side, is it going to be Mercedes or is it going to be a BMW?
Good evening, everybody. A happy Saturday to all you guys, and welcome back to Race Saturday here at Phoenix Sim Sport. And we're topping off season 13 very nicely tonight. LMU round the legendary Circuit de la Sarthe at Le Mans itself. But before we dive into the action, affiliation shout out from Asetek Sim Sports. So if you're in the market to get yourself some new wheels, some new pedals, go see those guys. Get yourself a basket full of goodies. Jump into the checkout and put in the discount code Phoenix Sim Sport to get a lovely 5% off on us. So you can't beat it there. And yeah, so it's been an absolute day of racing so far here at Phoenix Sim Sport. Benji, hello, how we doing? Let's go. Let's go indeed. Let's go for Le Mans. And the hypercars and the GT3 mix around this legendary circuit that is the Circuit de la Sarthe. And we already have our hypercar champion with Mr. Shinzo, 350 points. It's been to Benoit Louis, and Ben Hot and Cold still in the battle for P2, I believe, 180 points and 129 respectively. And GT3R champion Gianluca De Luca on 209 points. But then the battle for P2 is on Audition Aussie, both on 149 points. And yes, indeed, Impact, it is race time. We're just gearing ourselves up for qualifying right now. And once that gets underway, we will shift ourselves to the live screen. Evening, Crag. Welcome. How are we all doing? And it sounds like we have some GT3s getting out and about on track. So let's get ourselves on board with somebody. Or is it everybody going out? I think everybody's going out for this one today. It does. It looks like we have everybody out. And we've got some lovely new overlays to look at. Hello, Matt. Welcome along. Let's get the hype up for these boys. And I tell you what's going to look good when these today is the onboards. We're definitely going to be paying attention to more of the onboards. So we just get an idea of the speed of these cars here at Le Mans. So on board at the moment with Louis in the Toyota. And yes, I finally got the speedometer working. It's no longer reading in mile an hour and saying kilometre an hour. That's something to do. Warm your tyres up at that speed. Well, we are just for qualifying though. Got to throw up the overall times because this is what we're on to see. So we have the tower up. I think that's the one that we're wanting. It is indeed, right. So we have our time board up. We've got quite a few drivers on the grid tonight as well. So we're looking for an action-packed race for sure. And it is a beautiful track. Oh. I almost did a Mav. I forgot the game sound. Sorry guys. There we go. Have some car sounds. Yeah, almost did a Mav. So thanks for the shout out on that one. Ah, lovely hot coffee, and we have. So let's see what the Toyota can do. Nice long out lap here, so plenty of time to get the tyres warmed up. Usually it takes a lap or two in these things to get them going, but one long lap of De La Sarthe, and I should see these tyres up and running for the entire lap. also get some onboard action with our GT3s today. Check on board with Leo. A stark difference in speeds between the types of cars. And they're still way on the back straight as the hypercars are entering the last sector now. Oh. See Leo being chased down then by the is it the Ford of Granada? That'll be. Let me see a nice long list of GT3 cars, looking absolutely lovely. And McLaren know it all too well today. Just done a stint of Brands Hatch. Oh, sorry, Donington for an hour. It was absolutely great fun. You see the Mustang though all over the back. It looks like it's going to be the faster car today. I wonder if he's just going to get him out of the way for this quali run. It looks like it. So the battle's already started and we haven't even got the race undergoing yet. Over the curves, real rough there from Leo. And we are underway for the first flying laps in the GT3s. This look like it will be. Oh, as we catch our championship winner, De Luca, making a mistake. That looks like at the end of the S's there. Yeah, it is. So, little mistake. I'm going to put him out by another Mustang. Let's go back to the hypercars, that Toyota again. Absolutely rapid. We'll get on board of just how quick these things accelerate. So Hill yet to come out, he's still in the pits. Everyone else out on their hot laps at the moment. Sector 1, not much in it at all. On board with at the moment. Dal Pedersen, the quicker by not very much. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, he is quicker. By 2/10 over Ben Ward, who's just gone through the Sector 2 checkpoint now at 81 seconds. Let's see what Dal Pedersen will do. And we see an 81.4 for Louis, so slightly off the pace compared to Ben Ward. We're seeing an 80.8, so Dal Pedersen on course for provisional pole position time. Let's just see how fast that Toyota looks at the moment. He's on for an absolute stormer. Get your predictions in chat. Who is going to be race winner today? Who do you think? Place your bets. We've got an array of drivers. Who have you got your money on tonight? Absolutely smooth as you like through there. Let's go on board with him for this one. That's the only real cameras it's going to give us for that one, I think. But we have a 327 for Ben Ward, 329 for Mav, 328 for Luis, and a 325.6 for onboard Dal Pedersen. Absolutely astonishing lap there. So currently your top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is Dal Pedersen in provisional pole. Then it's the Wart twins, Ben, followed by Ryan, 327 and a 328 respectively. And then only a couple of hundredths of a second behind is Luis in P4. As I said, Mav P5 with Voller, and on his outlap, Craig Hill yet to leave the pits. We do have Asetek, he's still to set a time, Sabora as well, and Vasilopoulos. They're all out at the moment, trying to set some times. But we are going to have a wee look at the GT3s right now. These are meant to be on boards, but there we go, thank you. We're not exactly getting the best on boards. It's a bit early to say. Dal Pedersen definitely looks like he's got the pace though tonight, Craig. So far in the LMPH class. On board in GT3 at the moment with Axel Foto in the BMW though. Currently sat in 10th but yet to set a time. And these guys will be setting their times now, riding the curbs pretty hard there. As we start to see some times on the board for GT3. We're seeing it's Bradley Cater on pole position for GT3 with Dark Penguin. It's a 401 for pole in GT3 with Bradley Cater, then it's a 403.5 for Dark Penguin, so there is quite a gap there, just over 2 seconds between Bradley Cater and Dark Penguin for pole position in GT3. Then it's Axel Forto in P3 at the moment, James Booth P4, Leo in P5, and Antonini is currently in P6, so yet to set a time. We have in LMPH, Bowler, Craig Hill, Samora and Vasilopoulos, and in GT3 yet to set a time, De Luca, Granata and Andricio. So obviously some times yet to come. Have a little bit of an onboard here with Ryan Wart. But which one? Is it going to be Ben or Ryan? Ben in the Chrysler, Ryan in the Ferrari. Which one of the brothers are you going to be rooting for P1 today? And don't forget Dal Pedersen in the Toyota. He's got some pace on him, but we've still got just under 15 minutes of qualifying to go here. We are riding over the tail fin of the Ferrari. Look at the pace difference of those LMPHs over the GT3s. Yes, we are on board with Ryan at the moment. What do you say, Ben? Ben in the Cadillac has a vote from Craig. What a view we are getting from the back of this car. Ryan currently in P4 right now on his outlap. Dal Pedersen is in the box. It's still Ben Wart, who is in the pits as well, 327.2. So he is 1.5 seconds off the pace in P2. Then a 10th behind him further, it is Benito Luis. So it's not too much a difference between those two drivers. Barely anything in it at all. And just a little bit further back off the pace, 9/10 is Ryan, who we're on board with. See on the back of Mav right now. I wonder if the game is going to be nice and let me change cameras. There we go. Let's get a little bit of actual onboard footage. And we are on board with Mav at the moment. It is backed off the pace. It looks like there's a little bit of a queue forming ahead. The detail in the cockpit of these cars. It's very nice to see. So Ben Ward is back out on track, fresh pair of boots, so is Dal Pedersen. So the LMPH guys are off on it again. Franizek, oh, as we see Mav coming to a halt. Franizek has had a run out. He's in P7. Bowler has got a lap in. Sees him go up to P5. GT3's still out and running at the moment. Going to go on board with 4.0. He's still 1.7, almost 1.8 seconds off the pace to Bradley Cater, who is running away so far. Dark Penguin down into third place then, and he is currently 3.5 tenths off the back of 4.0. James Booth in fourth, De Luca in fifth at the moment. It's a further 6 and a bit tenths down, and it's Leo in P6 and Antonini in P7. Patricio in P8, and still yet to set a time. Craig Hill, who is now on an outlap, and the LMPH, and it's Sabora and LMPH who's still in the pits, and Vasilopoulos as well, who is currently on a lap, and at GT3 it is Granata, yet to set a lap time. So we will get our trackside HUD back up. And as you can see by the timings there, that gap at the top, Dal Pedersen leading War by 1.5 seconds, almost 1.6. And then Louis not too far behind as well, 1.6. So those guys will be battling hard. Still a few yet to set some times. Mav, yeah, I bet it's going to be a tough one. An hour of De La Sarthe is never going to be easy. And a day of tough racing here at Phoenix Sim Sport. If you didn't catch it, the VOD is up here on Twitch. A little bit lacking the old audio through some technical issues, but you do get to hear the lovely voice of Maverick for what was a wonderful race at Donington, featuring yours truly. So definitely give that a watch. And those conditions were far from ideal, but it has to be said here at the Circuit de la Sarthe today. Conditions are looking absolutely prime for some fantastic racing as we ouch, into the wall. That looked a bit painful, and that was Dark Penguin, unfortunately, overtaking one of the LMPHs and just mismatching his braking point, and into the bin he went. In fact, let's have a on board with Ben Wart right now. Listen to that Cadillac scream. Let's see if he can make any inroads on Dal Pedersen, sorry. Still 1.570 off the pace. Vasilopoulos has put a time in. 17 seconds off the pace though. No change in GT3. Cater still leads from 4.0 with Dark Penguin in P3 in the Ferrari, who we saw going off there. And Booth, De Luca, Leo, Antononi, Indricio lining up the back there, and Hill, Granata and Sabora yet again to set times. So 3 drivers yet to set a time. But there's still time on the clock. 8.5 minutes of qualifying still to go. We are on board with Ben Wart at the moment in the Cadillac, trying to chase down the pole time of Dal Pedersen, which was the 3:25.674. So can Ben find the 1.570 seconds? Well, 1.571 seconds that he would need to take pole position off the hands of Dal Pedersen. But we'll have to see. Long lap here at the Circuit de la Sarthe. See a little change there in GT3. Looked like that was Booth jumping up there. Oh, look how fast he's taking these lines. Bit of a lock up there on the left. We see a car off into the gravel ahead. Let's just see how how fast these LMPHs can go in a straight line. Is the traffic ahead just going to stay out of the way? Not the time of the circuit you want to be running into a back marker. Well, not back marker, a slower car as such. But easily out of the way without causing any problems. In the final sector, Ben goes. Let's see if he's going to be making any time at all. Any inroads into P1. Tyre's definitely not happy on this car. Absolutely smooth. Looks like he's nailed it. Will we see any improvement at all from him? It doesn't look like it. And he's back right off at the end there. And he goes again. So, backed off there. Looked like he could have been on for an improvement, but wondering why he backed off suddenly. Now Pedersen is on his outlap as well. Let's have a little look with Voller. Where is he running at the moment in the Toyota? On the back straight. Currently at P5. And 3.5 seconds off the pace. And he is a second off the back of Ryan Wart right now. No change in GT3. Bradley Cater has just gone out. Forto is still in the pits. James Booth is on outlap. Dark Penguin, DeLuca also on outlaps. Antonini also on an outlap. Leo and Andricio still running, and so is Granada at the moment. Again, Sabora only wanting to set a representative time. So let's see what he's up to at the moment in the Ferrari. Because he's going to need time on the board and real quick. 5.5 minutes left of qualifying. Let's see him make that pass on the BMW. Just get an essence of speed of these cars. Let's check his onboard as we come through the final kind of sector of the circuit here. So yet to set a time. And he will be looking to change that at the end of this lap. Again, no change at the top. We're down at the final 5 minutes here qualifying. In the final race of Season 13 in this LMU Challenge Series. What an amazing challenge series it has been. Mr. Shinzo, who's not with us this weekend, away on his travels. Our champion of Season 13. Here at Phoenix Sim Sport, and we are looking forward to Season 14 already. It's going to get bigger, it's going to get better, and it's going to be across all series as well, not just LMU. So get yourselves involved, folks. Sign-ups for all categories. TAS Series, MX-5s, possibly TCRs, we shall see in the future for Assetto Corsa. We have the Assetto Corsa Competizione World Challenge as well. We would love to see you guys signing up for. And then this, we have LMU and the Formula VRCs as well. So there's plenty going on at Phoenix Sim Sport, and we'd love to see you there as well. Still no real representative time on the board from Sabora. So he must be making mistakes somewhere and running track limits to keep on validating them. But he is running out of time. Let's see, this is going to be a good representation of speed. There you go, straight past and away you go. Back with Ben Wart on his challenge for pole position right now. And let's just go with the onboard HUD for this one. So we're going to go on a fast lap with Ben now around the Circuit de la Sarthe. What a view. Just get a sheer essence of speed these cars round here. Ben leaving no inch of that tarmac untouched in his car. And he's absolutely flying in this Cadillac. And he needs to find almost, well, he needs to find 1.6 seconds on this lap to snatch pole from Dal Pedersen. Set up nicely there, hard on the throttle on the exit. Absolute speed of this monster. It's great to have these graphics up so we know exactly what is going on in the car, how hard he is throttling, how hard he's on the brakes, how much energy usage this is taking out of the car. Hard onto the brakes, slightly misses the apex, but it's not going to worry too much because he gets an absolutely flying exit. Almost 1 minute and 10 seconds to go on qualifying. He might get one more lap out of this if he's fast enough. We'll see if he crosses the line in time to get another lap. But this one's looking extremely rapid from Ben. What a sight it has been to run on board with him. We see a GT3, a BMW up in the wall ahead. Don't know if that'll distract Ben any at all, but it doesn't seem to have made him lose any kind of focus. Hard right-hander hits the apex well. Oh, bit of a wiggle coming out. Lost a little bit of time there. Listen to the tyres screech around here. The absolute limits of grip. Ben is chucking his car all about the place. He knows the pace is there. And what can he do to improve? Oh, he runs a bit wide. I don't know if that'll invalidate his time. I think it has. It has invalidated his time, and that is it from Ben. A heroic effort, but unfortunately track limits just defeat him in the end. What a shame. That's an absolute blinder from Ben. As we see Louis. We'll get the tower back up. So it is Dal Pedersen on pole position, it looks like it. Ben will take P2 unless Louis can absolutely have a stormer of a lap here at the end to snatch it from Ben. It's the only thing that can stop him. Bradley Cater, P1 in GT3. Alex 4-0. Looks like he's got P2. We'll get the results in at the end. And across the line, will we see a change? It doesn't look like an improvement from... It is! Louis will take P2 from Ben Wart. And he does it by just over 1/10 of a second. So unfortunately, Ben, with that slight track extension at the end there, lost the time he would have needed to stay ahead. And he will drop down with his brother into the second row of the grid. What an absolute blinding qualifying session that was. As we'll get the session results up on screen for you. So this is GT3. You can see Bradley Cater taking pole position. Then it's James Booth in second, Forto in third, Penguin in fourth, DeLuca, our championship winner, in fifth position, Leo in sixth, Indricio in seventh, Granada in eighth, and Antonini in ninth. And moving on to the hypercar. We have Dal Pedersen with an absolute storming lap there, 3:25.674, then 1.4 seconds behind him. It is Louis. Then it is the second row of the grid filled by the Wart brothers, Ben ahead of Ryan there. P5 for Mav, a good result for him. Sabora got a lap on the board eventually in P6 there. Voller P7. Craig Hill did get a time as well, P8. Asetek is P9, and at the rear of the LMPHs this evening will be Vasilopoulos. And that is your running there today. And as I said, a great qualifying run from everybody. Some extra great looking battles on the grid there. Such a shame about the track limits, but it could end up being a fantastic looking battle between Louis and Ben. And let's just see if Ryan can get involved any at all, as we just wait for the race session to start. We are obviously waiting for that to go before it'll be the starting order. So bear with us just a second, folks. I'm going to go grab myself another quick cup of coffee, and we'll be right back in just a jiffy. Oh, lovely. Right. Coffee topped up. We are ready to rumble. And it looks like we are just going to get ourselves set up for the grid right now.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
And we are now doing the starting order, folks. As you can see up on screen, Pedersen and Louis taking the front row. Then it is the War Brothers in row 2. Good battle between them again as expected. Row 3, we have Mav with Sabora. It's an all Ferrari lineup there in row 3 this evening. Row 4 has Florian Voller and Craig Hill. And it looks like that's an all Toyota lineup. Then we have the Ferrari of Frenetic and Vasilopoulos out in the last row, row 5, into the GT3, sorry, row 6, which is Ben Cater on pole, James Booth in second. Row 7 sees Axel 4-0 ahead of Dart Penguin. Row 8, we have De Luca, our champion, ahead of Leo. Row 9, we have Andricio with Granata right behind him. And row 10, at the rear, Antonini in the McLaren. So that is our lineup for today, folks. And they are definitely going to be bringing us some fast and furious
Formation lap has started.
So the formation lap is underway. There's P4, Ryan War. And we're expecting some top action. There's the GT3s in the rear. Look at the size difference of the GT3s over these LMPHs. And we are expecting a absolute flying start, no doubt. See what an onboard of GT3s looking like at the moment. It's looking pretty busy, it has to be said. But we're going to go on board with Ryan to start this race. So folks, it's the season 13 finale, and what a circuit to do it at. It's Le Mans to finish off Le Mans.
Green flag.
And we are off. Green flag racing at Le Mans. What a start it is. Up the inside. Who's that who's actually had a storm of a run? Pedersen's got a good run. But it is Louis that's actually held off quite well. Ryan's got ahead of Ben. Ben's fallen back a little bit. We're going to go trackside in the GT3s right now, because there's a little scrap behind between Andricio and De Luca there. On board with Booth at the moment. He's gone back down a couple of spots since the start. It looks like we have a clean getaway as the LMPHs are going into the distance, and we're going to watch this battle here. Look at the moment we've got side by sides in the GT3s. What a noise these monsters are all making. We've got contact in the GT3s between the BMWs of Indricio and our championship winner, De Luca. We see Leo going backwards a little bit. And what a line of traffic we are seeing there. We're going to go back on board though, with straight on board on the rear tail of Ben Water at the moment. There's his brother. Or is that Sabora? Actually, it is. His brother Ryan's dropped back quite a few places. P6 now. But what a on board we are getting. Dal Pedersen is off in the lead. He's got a second between him and Louis. And then it's a further second and a half back to our on board Mr. War. Sitting in P3. You see this battle going on behind us between the Toyota and the Ferrari of Voller and Craig Hill at the moment, who are getting through on this one. So it's all kicking off behind us. Let's have a look at Voller at the moment, and it's Craig Hill all over the back of him. So it is all kicking off here. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop a bit of this, and we are going to have the onboard HUD for a little bit with these cars. So you can see exactly what is going on. And it's everything that is going on at the moment behind us in the hypercar class. And great scenes there from the back of Voller's car. He sees himself stretch a little bit ahead. And we're going to go on board with the GT3s with De Luca with Indrici all over the back of him. Hello, says Indricio. You can barely see there's a car behind him, behind that wing. You see GT3 starting to stretch out a little bit. Slipstream's going to be really powerful for this class here. Let's see if Indricio can get anywhere close behind. And he doesn't at the moment. De Luca being smart about it. We're going to go on board with Dark Penguin, and look, there's the tip of this battle going on in GT3 at the moment. This is quite the battle we've got going on in GT3, it must be said. There are some spicy battles going on in LMPH as well. But it has to be said, it is all going on down at GT3. There's some nice views here. But we do believe we have some battles to get involved with down at Hypercar, and it is right ahead of us. We're going to go on board with Voller and Craig Hill into the chicane. Looks like Voller has stuck the move. This is letting Ben Wart get away up ahead. Currently it is Dal Pedersen who is 2.5 seconds up on Luis, who is half a second up on Ben Wart. And you see them just ahead of Voller right now, who is in P4. Then it's Craig Hill P5, Ryan Wart in P6. He's dropped down the order a little bit, but he's still on the back of Craig Hill. Then it's Sabora who is right on the back of Ryan. Let's see if he can make a move here. This is the battle for P6 at the moment. He's a bit off there, doesn't make it stick. Ryan manages to hold it, and he gets a better exit as well. That has compromised Sabora. Mav just a little bit further back there. Franizek, he is P9. And Vasilopoulos, he is currently at the rear, P10. Then we've got ourselves an absolute battle going on here at GT3. It's James Booth all over the back. Well, we're on board with DeLuca at the moment. James Booth all over the back of Dark Penguin at the moment. This is really kicking off here in GT3. So we have got battles all over the shop right now. Also got an onboard of Leo. He's all over the back of the BMW of Granada. Can he make a move into the corner here? He goes for the wide line. Will he get him under brakes and on the exit maybe? Doesn't look like it. The BMW well matched coming out the corner there. And Leo left fighting still. This is for P7 in class. Leo's definitely got some good pace here. He's going to shift to the outside of Granada. BMW certainly got some legs on it. Oh, that was a close one. Leo just having to back out of it there. As we see some dirt getting kicked up ahead. You can see this battle in GT3 is going to go down to the wire. Some good clean racing between these boys. James Booth all over the back of Dark Penguin. Just up ahead of him is Axel Forto. And there is a 3.5 second gap back from Forto to Bradley Cater in P1. It is absolutely storming it right now. LMPH current standing. Dal Pedersen is leading Ben Wart by 4.7 seconds. That's a further 7 seconds further back to his brother Ryan. So Ryan's made his way up the order. Sabora's right behind him in P4. Louis is dropped down to P5, so he's had an incident somewhere. Mav is still in P6. Craig Hill in 7th. Bowler in 8th. So there has been some contact somewhere. There's been some places swapped in LMPH. We missed that somewhere. Franzek in P9, and Vasilopoulos still running out the top 10 for LMPH. So far the battle is here in GT3 right now. James Booth all over the back of the Dark Penguin. Ominously Dark Penguin in the Dark Penguin liveried Ferrari. And that is a great run by Booth there out the corner. All over the back of the Ferrari right now. Let's see what the Mustang can do down the straight here against the Ferrari. We see this American muscle outdo the Hyper. Oh, see the supercar. That is the Ferrari. So muscle versus supercar right now. Who's got the legs? Looks like the Ferrari can hold its own, that's for sure. There are more battles going on further ahead. We're going to jump to hyperclass here, and we see Sabora is still over the back of Ryan. Closest battle on field at the moment. And closest indeed. Look at that. Ryan is Sabora's all over the back of Ryan. A bit of bump drafting going on here. Oh, kiss of the wall there from Sabora. He's pushing this car to the limit. So far we've got the Wart brothers in P2 and P3. So they're looking to lock out a podium. Dal Pedersen absolutely walking away with it right now. He was 5 seconds ahead of Ben Wart the last time we checked. And we'll get back to you just as the Ferrari mechanics would famously say. I'm going to go back to on board with James Booth because this battle in GT3 is still hotting up all over the tail of Dark Penguin still. And he does look like he's a little bit closer to strike this time round. we've still got plenty of time here tonight, folks. 48 minutes, 49 almost to go. So it's still very much in the early stages. We'll just have to see when everyone will start coming in for the mandatory pit stop in both classes. Oh, as we see the Ferrari drift out very wide out of that corner there. And now we're getting a real good look at that livery. This is a good battle. Forto's not too far ahead of this one. Maybe he can pull a little slipstream. Contact there. Definitely contact. And it does look like Dark Penguin has backed out of that one. It was contact. You could feel it on board there with the Mustang. As Forto decides he didn't like that braking board. Maybe he does. Some close battling here in GT3. See the Ferrari taking all sorts of lines and then the Mustang taking all sorts of lines. And we will go back to our trackside graphics for a little bit, I think. Tower back up so we can see the current lineup. War Brothers lining up P2 and 3, 5 seconds off the lead, though 5.5 now off the lead. Dow Pedersen. Then it's Sonora in P4, Louis in P5, Ab in P6, Hill in P7, Voller in P8, Fanatic in P9. Did I just see a change there? Sabora has got past Louis, and it looks like Ryan Ward has made a mistake somewhere, or he's just lost it at one of the corners. And that sees him drop from 3rd to 5th. So that battle at the top of LMPH is definitely anything but over in this early stage of the race. Where we get some fantastic racing also going on here in GT3. Is this battle at the moment that is going on between Booth, Penguin and Forto just in front. Slightly behind there is DeLuca. As we see the Ferrari of Penguin looking to make a move. Ooh, it's been covered. Some great defending there from the Mustang, but the Ferrari is not going to give up just yet. Lots of lovely slipstreaming here at Circuit de la Sarthe. We're getting a lovely view here of just how it's going to work. It's going to get into the braking zone though, that's the thing. Or is the Ferrari too far back? He's looking to line up and move. And he does. He pulls out from the slipstream of the Mustang. Going to get him into the braking. Is he going to get the car stopped in time? He does. What a move. And up another position. And they're all over the back of Forto now. So this battle here in GT3 really kicking off big time now. As Forto's dropped into this. We go on board with James Booth. He's alongside the Dark Penguin. Forto just ahead, as you can see. We'll get some fantastic action here. As it looks like Dark Penguin's going to try and pull a move here on Forto. Forto's dropped off the pace somewhat. And this is for P2 in GT3. It looks like Dark Penguin's done it, but look who's coming in the slipstream, and he's having to back off a little bit, his Booth. Oh, BMW long ways on the outside, and he's snapped. He's made the snap, and off he goes. Forto with a mistake and into the wall. We have yellow flags down there. Bradley Cater well off in the lead. He's 7 seconds ahead of this battle, and it's Dark Penguin just in the lead of James Booth. DeLuca now up to P4, Andricio P5, Granata is in P6, Forto has joined the track back in P8 now. P7, he's battling with Leo. We'll go on board with Leo right now, and there is your what was P2 in class just a second ago. Right ahead, Leo battling hard. Oh, blindside a little bit, and he just kind of holds that in there, does Leo. so hard when you're travelling up so close to a car behind. You just get blindsided slightly. I did happen to myself at Donington earlier, which cost another driver some race positions, so it was my mistake. I put my hands up to that one. But we're not in that race anymore, we're in this one, and Leo just losing the back a little bit of Forto. But unfortunately for him, we caught that one. James Booth still on the back of Penguin. We are going to have a little look here at LMPH, because Craig Hill's all over the back of Mav right now. So Hill's obviously had a mistake somewhere, and he's trying to make back places. Mav just ahead. You can see how close the LMPH class is. Sorry. Almost still nose to tail up ahead for P3. This is P3. The battle for P3 in class. We are on board with Craig Hill right now. Let's have a little look at their stats. So we're still running a good little bit of energy. 42 minutes to go. You wouldn't think they'd start pitting for another at least 12 minutes here. Nah, you're right, Craig. It has been a pretty good race so far. Lots of battling going on. These guys keeping it honest. As I said, you don't really see a battle for the podium this tight. We're already a quarter of the way, just over a quarter of the way into this race. Oh, Craig swarming over the back of Mav there. We're getting some absolutely lovely views at the moment. Wee bit of a lock up from Mav up ahead. Craig here on board. Oh. All about the power, and Mav getting his foot down nice and early. And it's surprising to see that he's all over the back of Ryan. Ryan's struggling now at the moment. Sabora giving Louis a run for his money. As you can see up ahead. So it's Sabora there. And we're on board with. We're going to go on power. Yep, we're on board with Mav. He's right up the back of Ryan right now. I wonder if Ryan's carrying any damage actually, or he's just had a couple of struggle laps. God, man, that Ferrari sounds rather nice. The Cadillac definitely my favourite. So we may have to jump to Ben for a little bit of a Cadillac growliness just to get us through for a little bit. So Mav currently in P6. Chasing Ryan in the sister Ferrari. Shall getting on board of the Cadillac. He is currently 14.5 seconds ahead of Louis in P3, but he is 7.7 seconds off the lead. We are going to go on board with P2. It is Ben Wart. We haven't seen him for a little while. I'm just going to listen to this Cadillac roar for a little bit. What a noise this car is making, and definitely at the hands of Ben, it's making all the right noises. P2, he's definitely got some pace on him for sure. Bit of a trackside with our current leader, Carl Pedersen. There he is, and he's coming up the back of some GT3s. This will actually be good. to view. We'll go on board, and we're going to see the pace difference between our LMPH leader and the back of the GT3s. This will be coming up the back of Leo and Forto. The speed difference is just something else in these cars. Off we go. Look at how quickly he catches up with this group of cars and passes them. He's hit them at a pretty good place, to be honest. He's going to get most of them on the second straight, I would believe. Well, he's going to hope he can anyway. So Dal Pedersen coming through the pack now. And just get an absolute show of speed here from these cars. Just flying past them like they're not there. And as I said, he's probably going to get past the most of them. So he goes past Dark Penguin there. That's James Booth ahead of us right now. Bye. There goes James Booth. So that's most of the GT3 runners done. And now he'll be coming up the back of Bradley Cater, lead of the GT3s. Now there was an 8.5 second gap between Bradley Cater and P1 and James Booth that we've already passed in P2. So let's just see how quickly our race leader can catch in past the GT3 leader with his 8.5 second gap to his second of class. Currently James Booth. Craig Hill is giving Mav a hard time. We'll have to go back to that one in a second. We will just watch this one. This Pedersen comes all the way up the back of Bradley Cater. Hello there, he says. I'm coming to come past you. And there's not really much the GT3 can do. LMPH, all the grip in the world. Round you go. And that is the race leader, and off he goes into the distance. Look at that pace difference compared to the Mustang, and this Mustang is no slouch in the hands of Bradley Cater. But we wanted to shift back to this battle that was brewing a little bit between Craig Hill and Mav, and we're going amongst traffic with these guys, which is going to make things a little bit more interesting. Oh, Mav getting real close. So can traffic make the difference between these guys and their current positions? Because I've seen it so far happen in other races, traffic getting in the way. This is for P6 on track. Ryan has got himself away just a little bit out front. Ben has closed the gap down to Dal Pedersen, but that is probably because of traffic. Gap down to now 4 seconds. But session best by just over 1 second is still Dal Pedersen with a 3:26.989 with a 3:28.0 from Ben Wart. As we see Craig Hill and Mav battling through traffic nose to tail. Craig having a really undesirable line there. Mav's going to get an absolute glory run here through the straights and make gap on Craig. That would not have been ideal for Mav. Ryan Wart, however, he's kind of staying onto the back of Sabora at the moment, who is staying pretty onto the back of Louis. He's definitely fallen off of the back of Ben, that's for sure. That gap now between P3 and P2 up to 18.2 seconds. The gap at the front is coming down a little bit. Ben is keeping Dal Pedersen pretty average, to be honest. But we have a bit of a battle going on here. It's Dark Penguin against James Booth again, and we've just jumped on board to the Ferrari, getting ahead of the Mustang. So that has been LMPH traffic coming through, and it looks like it's just given the Ferrari the opportunity to come through on the Mustang. So work to be done there for James Booth if he wants to regain that position. Bradley Kate are currently 10 seconds ahead of this battle. Very comfortable where he is at the moment. Our tower back up. Let's go have a little look and see what the energy supplies are. Looking at 34% for Dal Pedersen, 31 for Ben, Louis on 32, 25 for Sabora, 25 for Ryan. Mav is on 27, Hill on 19, 26 for Afranizek, Bowler on 27, and Vasilopoulos on 36% battery or hybrid power. You know, Bowler started the race well, but he's dropped off quite dramatically. P9 at the moment. This battle in GT3 looking all the tastier. So, James Booth keeping Dark Penguin pretty for the podium at the moment. A little bit further back is DeLuca. He's 4.5 seconds off this battle. And he's currently sitting in P4. Craig Hill and Mav still battling for P6. Gap at the front is extended a little bit. Ben Wart now dropping back 5.3 seconds to Dal Pedersen. Sabora now dropping 1.5 seconds off the back of Louis. Ryan Wart is now 2.5 seconds off the back of Sabora. So LMPH is really split up apart from this battle between Craig Hill and Mav. As we see Mav in the car ahead, on board with Craig Hill. So this grid has kind of leveled itself out. This is what we kind of as expected. Craig kind of backing off Mav a little bit. We'll go on board with Vola though. He's all over the back of Franzek. You would have thought Vola being the slightly quicker driver, he would have already made the move by now, but P9 and it's struggling a little bit today. So it is Toyota versus Ferrari. Both running very wide through there. So Voller versus Franzek. It looks like Voller has the run on him. Is he going to get him under braking? No. It looks like the Ferrari had the better legs. Is the Toyota going to have the better braking? No. The gap wasn't there. Very nicely closed off, and it still makes Bowler. It means he's got to battle some more in through the traffic as well. The GT3s is never good. That will be the leader of the GT3s. Bradley Cater, they're just going past. Some gap he's got. Some noise that Mustang makes as well. So Voller doing his utmost best to try and get past. I see that, right? Did he just make the move just as I changed the HUDs? That would just be my luck to have missed that one. Voller has got through, yeah. Franizek had made the mistake somewhere. Just back there on the corner. And that sees Voller through then. Craig Hill still battling with Mav there up front. Cap still nice and even all the way out. James Booth is still having a go with Dark Penguin at the moment. Let's have a wee look on board with that GT3 battle. They've been having it on all afternoon so far. We're just on the halfway point. 27 3/4 minutes to go. So pit stops are kind of being looked at right now. We have a DNF from Antonini, unfortunately. So who will be pitting soon? What do you think, folks? Leaders are due to be coming in very shortly. We should bring up the power statuses actually. We'll do that just now for you. As you can see, energy remaining 24% for Dal Pedersen, so he's still got a bit that he can run. Ben Vort 19%, Louis on 21%, Sabora and Ryan will have to go in shortly, another 3 laps for them, maybe 2 laps even. 12 and 13%, 13-14% respectively. Mav on 17%. Hill definitely going to have to pit in soon. He's down on 7% energy. Voller on 15%. So is Franizek. He's also on 15%. And Vasilopoulos is still got 25% in the tank. So it is looking like pit stops will be up soon-ish. We'll just have to see. DeLuca and Granata having a bit of a tussle there, it looked like it. DeLuca, 5th in class, P4 just ahead, and then it's another further 8 seconds up the road before you get to that battle of James Booth and Dark Penguin for 2nd place. Race leader Bradley Cater in the GT3s, race leader anyway. He's marching off with a 13-second lead over Dark Penguin right now. I said we're over half distance. And we're going to have a little go here. So, oh, something's happened. That's Ryan Wart we're on bomb with. That's Sabora, P4. Something happened there. And it got a little bit close by the looks of things. Ryan not doing as well as he'd hoped. Started P4, down in P5. And he'll be thinking about pitting in very soon. Nobody jumping the gun so far, according to the time boards. But you do get an absolute sense of speed of these cars through here. And into the pits goes Sabora. And that means Ryan's going to go out for one more lap by the looks of things. So Sabora is the first one to jump the gun in the LMPH. Anyone else to follow? It doesn't look like it. It is. Craig Hill has also jumped into the pits. Voller is staying out. Franizek, is he coming in? So Zamora has just hit his box in, and then Craig Hill is also hitting his box. We're seeing Voller come in. Yep, Voller's coming in. Franzek's coming in. Oh, missing the entrance of the pit there just a little bit. So we have 4 of the LMPHs already in. As we see Benito Louis, 21 seconds off the pace of Ben Ward, 26 off the leader. Dal Pedersen, who's having a bit of a stroll out there, 5 seconds ahead of Ben Ward right now in P2. GT3, everybody is just kind of behaving themselves. This battle between Booth and Art Penguin still continuing. De Luca still keeping Granada honest. Leo's kind of fallen a little bit back. He's about 3 seconds off the back of Forto right now. I'm going to jump to him. As you see, a very fast looking, that is a Vasilopoulos at the moment. He is P10 in class. And he is all over the back of Leo. The LMP8 should be real quick compared to this GT3 round here, as we see Leo into the pits as well as Vasilopoulos. So everybody now jumping into the pits. James Booth is already in the pits. Bradley Cater in the pits as well. Something's happened. Ben Ward is taking the lead from Dal Pedersen. So has Dal Pedersen had an accident somewhere? Because the lead has swapped hands. It is now Ben Ward in the lead. And he has a 3-second gap to Dal Pedersen. So something's happened somewhere back there that we just missed. And the lead has changed. And we're just going to watch Dal Pedersen to see if he can make a comeback out through this. So much going on in this race right now. As we see, the lead has swapped over. Dal Pedersen is there, and we see into the box both of them go. So it is a swap out before the box. Oh no, Dal Pedersen's staying out. He's doing one more, so Dal Pedersen stays out. Ben into the pits. I wonder what happened to Dal Pedersen then. Get the tower back out for this one. So yeah, what happened to him? We're going to see the current order. So Hill has boxed, Franzek has boxed, Vasilopoulos is in the box right now, Voller's boxed, Sabora's boxed, Mav is in the box, Ryan's in the box, Ben's in the box, Louise in the box, and it's Dal Pedersen who probably has another lap to go in him. Yeah, this lap will probably be his last run. And then he'll be in the box, and it'll be 20 minutes to go, just under 20 minutes to go. There's what is going to be an absolutely frantic finale, I can see. And GT3 things have swapped about as well due to the pit stops. See multiples in the box for LMPH. Still to pit is Dark Penguin, Granata, De Luca, Forto yet to pit for GT3. Bradley Cater currently running 5th in class. He should inherit the lead once everybody's in the box. Then it's James Booth. It looks like Leo is yet to pit as well. Andricio is still out and running. So a bit of a jumble up in GT3. As we see Leo getting out of the way. Race leader Dal Pedersen. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to see Dal Pedersen pull into the pits very soon, no doubt. And when that happens, we are going to swap over and see where Ward is. Oops. Wrong menu. I need this one. So you see the gaps there. Closest battle on track at the moment is DeLuca and Granata, still battling away there in GT3. Zbora and Mav though, they're battling away quite hard. Might have to jump onto that one. And that is a Mav ahead of us. That's a nice looking Mav there. See the GT3s now pitting with Photo, Penguin, DeLuca, Granata all jumping in the pits. This should promote Cater back up into the lead, and with quite a lead that he'll have. On board at the moment, Zamora against Mav in the LMPH class. Everybody having made their pit. We see Dal Pedersen is in the pits. This means we need to jump to Ben. Let's see if he can jump Dal Pedersen while he's in the pits. What are your bets, folk? Do you think he can take the lead of this race with just over 15 minutes left to go? Season 13 finale. And Ben is absolutely pushing it right now. As we still see Dal Pedersen in the pits. Oh, big wiggle there from the caddy. But he is pushing all out right now. He knows an absolute flying lap. That's all he needs to take the lead of this race. And still here, work getting done in Dal Pedersen's car. And it looks like Ben is going to come over the line to take P1. Is he? Does he know that's Dal ahead? And he's going to get him down the inside. That's it. It's P1, but he locks up and runs long. Oh no, Dal's going to get him back. Oh, we've got a race on, folks. And it is Dal Pedersen. And he's going to have slightly colder tyres while chasing right now. We've got 16 minutes of this race left to go. The lead has swapped. Ben is taking the lead from Dal Pedersen, but it isn't much of a lead. He takes him in the pit stops. 2.5 seconds the gap it is right now. Spora and Mav, they're going at it. Let's see it now. Spora all over the tail of Mav. Oh my goodness, I've hit the wrong button again. Sorry. Too many things going on. Trackside, you see Ferrari versus Ferrari. Does get ahead of Mav there. Does Mav have a response? Doesn't look like it. And that's Spora up into P4. So not a bad run from Mav so far. He's still there. And he's still trying. P5 for him right now. I think he'll generally be happy with that. Ben Wart then will need to stave off what will probably be a late assault from Dal Pedersen. We'll have to come back to that battle. It's Mav doing his best to get all over the back of Zamora. GT3 has pretty much expanded itself apart. Very split grid at the moment. We are going to check trackside right now with our race leader in GT3, Bradley Cater. And he is currently 8 seconds ahead of Dart Penguin. So he is running a very happy race. Easy going for the Mustang driver. 14 minutes of this race left to go, so only a few more laps left in it for the GT3s. And same for the LMPHs. We're getting 3.5, 4 laps left of this final race of the season here at Phoenix Sim Sport. Season 13 is coming to a close for LMU on the checkered flag today. I tell you what, they've not let us down for action in this final one. It's been the same across all races. Ooh, yellow flags. We see a BMW looking the wrong way in a very, very nasty position. Okay, are just being smart enough to dip out the way. Was that Indricio by any chance? It is Indricio. Not in a very good spot at all. As we hear someone else going off. Oh, it's Craig Hill. Is Craig Hill retired? He has. Unfortunately, Craig Hill has retired. And Indricio does get himself underway. Struggling a little bit again is Indricio. Not the best couple of weekends, but he'll definitely come back stronger for season 14. But as we were saying, yeah, season 13 drawing to a close. It's been action-packed. Every race in this closing weekend has been fantastic. Been fun to watch, be fun to be part of as well. And I'm very much looking forward to season 14. Remember, folks, if you're interested in joining any of our races, then head on down to SimGrid, register up with any of our events. Season 14, as I said, is wide open. As we are seeing a move live here, it is Voller on in front of Zek, and he gets the move done. Well done there from Voller, P7 for him. And yep, we've also got the Discord. All information is in the Twitch panels just below. So come on, get yourselves signed up. Look forward to seeing you in this Discord and hopefully on track real soon. Because season 14, as I said, spicy with plenty more events coming very soon here at Phoenix Sim Sport. And Voller currently 31 seconds behind Ryan Moore, who has dropped down to P6 now. So 2 places lost in this race. He somehow lost a lot of time to the back of Mav, who's currently sitting in P5. So that happened earlier on, we missed it somewhere. And it does look like Craig Hill has unfortunately retired from the race. He was doing so well earlier on, we caught him for some great onboard battles. He's unfortunately had to call it a race there by the look of things. We go trackside with your leader Ben Wart, and in the background former race leader Dal Pedersen, looking to make a last minute charge in these last just over 10 minutes, almost 10.5 minutes left to go here. Ben Wart in the Cadillac looking to take a lovely victory here at Le Mans. As we see James Booth in the Mustang getting past. And some absolute solid pace on here from Ben. Great to see. Dal Pedersen, he's keeping him honest. I think that traffic just got in his way ever so slightly. It's Ben making himself known, coming through the pack there. Oh, wiggly wiggly. He is definitely pushing hard. He's going to have to, because he's got a fast car behind him in Dal Pedersen. But the gap is there right now as we're into the final 10 minutes here of the final race of the season here with LMU Season 13 at Phoenix Sim Sport. And what a finale this has been. These guys pushing lap after lap after lap. And then there has been some absolutely fantastic nose-to-tail racing all race long. But currently it is Ben Wart who we are watching at the moment. Who's run flawlessly from start to finish. And inherited from a mistake by Dal Pedersen earlier on. But it isn't over yet. Not by a long shot. We can see the Toyota in the background lurking ominously. switch to an on-board from Dal Pedersen right now. So the gap now less than 2 seconds. Pedersen really going for it now. GT3 Forto is starting to catch up to the back of De Luca. Andricio is in the box. A late pit. Franizek has also pitted in from P8. 2 seconds the gap to the car you see up in front. Race leader Ben Ward and on board with Pedersen. Chasing down the Cadillac in the Toyota. And this is going to be one heck of a showdown, I think, come the end of the race, folks. So, place your bets in the dying embers. Is it going to be Ben Ward in the Cadillac taking victory in this final race of the season? Or will it not? That is the question. Will it be Dal Pedersen? Will he redeem for his mistake and snatch victory from Ben? Or is a literal flawless drive from the Cadillac driver what it takes to take victory here today? Let us know in chat. Get your thoughts in, as we are running out of time here at Le Mans. Just over 7 minutes to go. That is all yet to be decided. Oh, Pedersen a little bit wide there. That gives Ben a little chance to get his feet out. You know, let stretch of the legs. That's what he needs at the moment, just to keep that gap open a little bit. Just over 6 minutes to go. Anything decided? Pedersen really pushing the car now. He's getting it sliding everywhere. Won't be doing his tyres any favours whatsoever. Check the side, track side with the Toyota chasing the Cadillac of Ben. That gap 1.6 seconds now. It is coming down quicker and quicker. Can Ben hold out? That is the question. Grid order in GT3. Bradley Cater is still currently 9.8 seconds ahead of Dark Penguin. And James Booth in 3rd position. Gabriel Granata in P4. De Luca P5. Forto in P6. Leo is in P7. Andricio is P8, back on track. And P9 would have been Antonini, but he has retired. And LMPH right now, it is Ben Ward, who you see front of picture in the blue Cadillac, being chased by Dal Pedersen. Your top two, then it's Louis in P3, Sabora P4. Shortly behind him is Mav in P5, Ryan in P6, Fowler in P7, Franzek in P8, Vasilopoulos in P9, and it's Craig Hill to DNF, rounding out LMPH. Gap coming down some more, 1.5 seconds as we see Ben coming up to the back of traffic, but a good place to get them. Past he goes. Gap still 1.5 seconds. Coming down to the last 4 minutes. energy is looking good on both cars. Everybody is running nice on energy, no problems till the end from nobody. So that gap coming down ever more. We're down to less than a second between Dal Pedersen and Wart. Can Ben hold out? 3 minutes to go. They are going to be on their final lap here. And they are starting their final lap. And it is Ben from Dal Pedersen. 1 second between them. Who is going to win? That's the question. There's Ben just ahead. Pedersen has been closing in the last couple of laps. Has he got enough left in the Toyota to catch and pass Ben? That's the question. He'll get him hopefully in the slipstream, you'll think. Let's go on board with Pedersen here. 7/10 the gap between the two. Into the first braking zone. Ben has the advantage. The gap still 7/10 of a second between the two of them. Ben making a slight mistake though. Pedersen's going to be taking quite the... he's going to take advantage of it. Very sloppy there from Ben. The gap is now down to 3.5 tenths. Ben trying everything he can to break the slipstream for Pedersen. But it looks like the Toyota driver's got the drive here. Could that mistake prove costly to Ben? Into the second braking zone. He's covered off the Toyota. You want a better exit this time. Oh no, he hasn't. He's lost the back end again. But his exit just covered off Pedersen's. Pedersen running out of time to get past Ben. Ben defending like there's nothing else to defend. Last race of the season. Only a few corners left to go. And here's the battle for P1. Into the braking zone. That Cadillac being very wide right now. The Toyota pushing hard. Rest of the order seems to be all level, so we don't need to report on anyone else right now. No, we don't. We can focus on this battle at the front. As we're seeing trackside at the moment, Dal Pedersen looks to try and get Ben on what will be the outside turn inside. Dal Pedersen gets the move done. Ben's going to try and come back and lock up side by side. What a move by Ben. He's tried to come back at him, but Pedersen looks like he's just holding on and no more up the inside again. This is phenomenal racing from the pair of them. Ben also again looking to take it. He'll have the inside, but then the outside coming up here. It's not over yet. A couple of corners left to run. Can Ben do something about it? He's drifted really wide. Pedersen's held it together. This could be the end of it. And it is looking like Pedersen will be the one who's going to come across the line. The winner. Oh, heartache for Ben. But it is Pedersen who takes the win from Ben. What an absolute phenomenal run. Louis will take P3 with Sabora in P4. Yep, and then we've got Mav just a little bit further behind there in P5. Ryan in P6, Vola in P7, Asetek in P8, and Vasilopoulos rounding out in P9. And gonna go on board with our GT3 then. Number 88, Bradley Cater. I like your number. Should be a winning number. As we watch the GT3 leader 11 seconds ahead of Dart Penguin, who's a further 3.9 seconds ahead of James Booth. Let's get some nice Mustang noises, shall we, to end this race. Oh, we're getting all the nice Mustang noises to end this race, folks. A wonderful, wonderful run there from Dal Pedersen and Ben Ward. Great race from the pair of them. Absolutely phenomenal scenes at the end. And what a way to round out season 13. A legendary track and what ended up being a legendary finish from great drivers. As we watch Gator struggling to come across the line, but he does. And a win for Cater at Le Mans. Dart Penguin just a little bit further behind here. He will take P2. What was a long battle with James Booth, who will take P3 in GT3. Grata will take P4. DeLuca, our champion, will take P5. Leo will take P6. So we get a view of Leo coming round the end of the track there. Forto P7. Indricio will finish in P8. And it was DNFs for Craig Hill in the LMPH and Antonini in GT3. So some absolutely wonderful scenes there today, folks. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. As we watch Leo come over the line, take a deserved finish. And it was a race well done indeed. And we're going to bring some guys up to the commentary box. So here we are, we're all moving folks about the place. Oh, we're getting all the pings.
Oh, I can't do any donuts. Oh.
No, did it? I hate how it cuts out.
Oh dear. Hello boys, how we doing?
Hello, buddy. How are you?
Ah,
Very
well, that was good fun. That was very good fun. Probably not so much for one of you right at the end there, but it was good fun to watch. So season 13 drawn to a close, and what a way to end it, boys. Le Mans and some fantastic nose-to-tail racing from start to finish from pretty much all he is. Let's start off GT3. Leo, welcome to the comms box. Talk us through your race. It was quite a little battle you were having at the back there with, I think it was Axel you were battling with for the most part. P7 in class, I think?
Yeah, or P6.
The P6, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, it was a great race. Honestly, it could have been any better. I can't lie though, the track limits were a bit of a pain. The last corner just, got me the most.
I did notice that a couple of coming back with you, the chicane, it looked like the curves were biting a little bit, especially the McLarens. I noticed the BMWs weren't really having any kind of problems at all with that.
Yeah. And there was a few incidents I had to slightly avoid, and a bit of a dangerous moment. I won't really name to shame anyone, but a few dangerous moments from what I saw. But yeah, other than that, a great race and absolutely sweating.
Good. Yeah, it was definitely fun to watch from my point of view, that's for sure. I'm sure the viewers got the exact same. Plenty of onboarding and plenty of overtakes for sure. GT3 was definitely one to watch, especially at the beginning of the race. But we are going to quickly move on. Nico, welcome to the comms box. Talk us through your race today. What a race it was.
Yeah, after the last week disaster I had, I think I redeemed myself here pretty good. Start was really good. Managed to gain 2 positions on the start, so was in P2. Made a slight error into the Porsche curve, so I lost it again. But like after that, I think it was also a good portion on the stream. We had a really good battle for like P2 until to P5 for the first good couple of laps, and then Porto at some point was side by side with him going into Indianapolis, and the sensible thing would have been to back out, but like he didn't, and well, he paid the price in the end. There, lost the control of the car, and I don't know if he hit the barrier, but yeah, after that, didn't see him again. So I found myself with Mr. Booth, and we battled on for a good portion of the race until the pit stops. I managed to do one more lap. I don't know if that was like on purpose for him, because I think just on fuel he could have made another lap as well. And yeah, I don't know. After the pit stop, I had like 8 seconds gap to him, so I don't know if he changed tires or anything. But yeah, from there it was just managing the gap and finally getting home in P2, which yeah, is pretty good.
Can't complain with that for sure. And as I said, a very good result. It was won and lost in the pit stops in quite a few instances, and it was almost won and lost in the pit stops in the LMPH class for sure. And we have our winners up with us here today. Got the lovely Ben. How are you doing, Ben? Probably a wee bit gutted at the end of that one, but what a race that turned out to be.
Yeah, I'm pretty gutted, but I was about 7 seconds behind before the Kenneth made a mistake into towards whatever turn, the right hand turn at the end of the Mulsanne is, and that's the only reason I was able to actually be close to him. He was about 5 seconds ahead at that point, and then when he came out the pits, I just sent it, and I just locked up and then went straight on from turn 1, but managed to stay in front, and then he just started to claw me back because he's just a bit quicker. But yeah, it was pretty dicey on the last lap. I gave it everything, and yeah, just come up short this time, just a little bit.
Had noticed on your final lap we were on board with Kenneth there, and we noticed he was hounding all over the back of your car, and a couple of little mistakes that maybe cost you in the end. A couple of tenths here, a couple of tenths there. Was it the pressure that caused that, or was it just the car feeling a little bit?
No, I don't think it was. I do a lot of go-karting, so I don't consider myself to suffer too much on with pressure anyway behind, and but I just didn't brake far hard enough into the first chicane going down the Mulsanne, and that just put me on the defensive the rest of the lap. And yeah, and I think it's Indianapolis, the right-hander, where he went around the outside of me, and I was completely locked up into that next left-hander, and I tried everything. I even went up the inside of the first Porsche curve, and it just wasn't. He was just able to hold it on the outside, and we come so close, and it was a great battle, great result for him, and yeah, just a few regrets, but you know, we live and learn. So
P2, still a great result for Le Mans and a great way to finish your season, mate. Looking forward to season 14 then?
Yeah, absolutely. I think me and Shinzo are going to do the caddy again, so we'll be teammates and look forward to that.
It's definitely going to be a lineup to look out for sure. Moving very swiftly on. Kenneth, congratulations. First place at Le Mans, and what a hell of an end that was. You left it to the last possible moments to take the lead and claim victory. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, I was practicing for the first time yesterday. Trying to get a grip on the setup and stuff, and the car felt absolutely amazing. But coming to the race today, on the mediums, the car felt sketchy, felt all over the place. I was originally intending to do a no tire change, but as Ben and you all saw, I absolutely lost it at the Mulsanne corner, and the tires were up at 18 degrees, so couldn't keep it on track, so I had to change, and didn't want to feel I had to back off like I did a lot in the first in trying to fuel save a bit to get an advantage strategically and keep the tire temps down. That didn't really work very well, so I gave it a shot in the hard tires. Took a few laps to get up to temperature, but I felt great from there. Was a bit surprised we all of a sudden were to the last lap, and then I had to push like real hard, no compromises at all. Luckily, Ben made a few mistakes that helped me caught up, but that was an amazing battle in the end. Absolutely.
Oh, it was fantastic to watch, and it was great clean driving from the Perriers, not a single little bit of contact, and yet you were riding inches from each other around corner after corner, so it was fantastic to watch, and as I said, it was anybody's game at the end, and
absolutely.
Big congratulations to you, Kenneth, for victory there in the end. But that is it for us. It's season 13 here at LMU. But don't worry, we're going to be back in the next 2 weeks for season 14, and it's going to be a cracking lineup. So make sure, get yourself interested. Do you want to come join everybody here and get involved in the series? Go ahead, find us on the Sim Grid if you search up Phoenix Sim Sport. And you can also find us through the Discord. Links are in the Twitchy boxes below, folks. And we've got plenty going on, not just here at LMU, but we've got Assetto Corsa Competizione, Assetto Corsa events as well. So plenty to go on, and plenty coming in the pipelines. But from me and the entire team here, thanks very much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your weekends and have a good one. See you later. Good night.